Welcome everybody to Catfish Weekly and our second installment of our Top Cat competition. Tonight we have Mr. Jerry Parker of Parker Pursuits, and we started his 2-hour timer. Oh, do not fall in the river.
He's got a mess out there. Fish on.
Whoop.
Whoa.
Oh, that's
not what we need. Let me leave it alone. You do it.
Yeah, let me. This is. And Lyle, he almost didn't go to this spot today.
I know. He actually had plans on another place.
The weather has pushed Jerry to here.
He had planned on being in his boat, didn't he?
He had planned on being in the boat, and he's got some storms coming in. We're going to have some storms running through here in a bit.
Well, they just went past here, and they're headed his direction. So.
And then here comes the net. I see the fish.
It looks like a good one.
We are about 2 minutes into his 2-hour time limit, and Parker is getting ready to be on the board. And we have our first top catfish on the bank.
Wow. That's correct. Excited for Jerry.
And that looks like a good one to start out with.
Heck yeah. Way to go, Jerry.
Good job, brother.
Talk about that rod. It was out less than a minute.
Yeah, you just throwed him out.
Yeah, you just put him out.
If that's any indication of what's to come tonight, it's going to be an exciting night.
But that also scares me. Catch one net.
Catching one net in. Yeah, Danny Stone and I did that one time, and then we struggled for every fish after that. So, yeah, Heath, he started out. We started the show, got through the thing, and he hadn't been out a minute, and he hooked up. Right. That bait barely touched the bottom. That fish bit.
Dig my scale out and all that good jazz here.
While he's doing that, let's run real quick through who we got in chat.
I have to figure out how to get Chad up on here.
Lower, very bottom button that says chat on the right-hand side.
Oh, I see it. Okay.
Starting out, I see Danny Stone Outdoors. I see Patrick Gray, Mad Country Fishing, Rowdy Royal, River Cats Tackle, me, the Weekend Angler. We've got Jeremy from Creole Catfishing, 922 Crappie Barbecue, Dan Burer, Catch Fish with Us, Bugman 22. We have 205 Wild Action, River Rat 3030, Burrito Catfishing Lady. Hello, hello. We have Greg Burgess, Benoit Fishing Outdoors. Hello, Gabby and Allison. Heath from H. Hillbilly Moonshiners.
All right, here we go.
What in the world? That's backwards.
2133.
Okay.
2133 to start us out here. Give me a second.
Calm down.
21.33.
Great fish, Jerry.
All right, here we go, guys.
Awesome fish, buddy.
Let's get him back in the water.
Heck yeah.
Get him back in.
Get that rock, clean it up, and get it back out.
Get that back in there. Not a bad way to start tonight. Let's see here. Let's go back. Andy Swain. Let's see. 205 Wild Action. Lance German.
You're
What's that?
the rest of the get a bit of audio. The rest of the time you talk. It comes and goes.
All right. How about now? Can you hear me?
That's a lot better. Heck
Okay.
yeah.
I think something got me muted for a second.
Oh, okay.
We got Small Water Charters. I saw Lance McCoo guy. We've got Mark from Catfish and Crappie. Crappie Day Darren. Let's see, running through. Chat's moving fast tonight.
Yep.
Outdoors in Indiana with Dave Scott. Hello, Dave. And that has got me down to the bottom. We've got 59 people watching us tonight. I am going to fix this here real quick. See, 50, that's 50.
Jerry, that weigh sling is a great way to weigh them fish.
Dude, absolutely. It's so much better, like healthier on the fish. You're not putting all that excess pressure, like on the fish, hanging them down, we're all twisted up.
Right.
And
Yeah, I know it works great in a boat for releasing them. How is it for a bank guy to release them out of that bag?
oh, it's great because
Okay.
instead of having to blame the net, trying to twist the net and holding the net way up here, it's probably the easiest I've ever weighed fish.
Wow. That's something that everybody that's concerned about catfish conservation should probably look into.
Yeah, frogs prefer to come out. Plus, this thing has got a real nice rubber coating on it and everything, so it doesn't take that slime coat off of them.
That's a real good thing.
Right. Jerry, can we get a weight on the sling while we're doing that there? And I'll get that removed from the pool. Hello. It's a nice thing about having two computers. I'm going back and forth doing all of it here.
Hey, Chrissy, how are you today?
Well, this is different than my Mad Cat scale. 123 is what I've got.
1.23, okay.
Point.
Minus 1.23. So that gets you down to 20.1. Adjusted weight.
That's a great
That is a
starting fish.
Good way to start.
There's Captain Greg
I'm
Lyle.
nervous catching one that quick.
Oh, yeah.
That's wild.
Makes me very, very nervous.
All right, let's see if that my mic doing all right.
Mike.
Well, that's the kind of takedown I like. He didn't mess with it. He just buried the rod over and went.
I like them too.
If I have to, I'll switch. If I have to, I'll switch mics. But
Right now, you're good.
okay, I'll just hold my mouth right, and we'll be good to go here. So
They're still hitting pretty aggressively, but another month or so, once that water temperature starts hitting the 40s, they won't always bury that rod. Even the smaller ones, they'll just kind of just barely pull it.
here we go. We got that down there now.
That's awesome. That looks really good, Josh.
That's going to work out good. We can drop the. There's a
And
Top
now
Cat
fishing
leaderboard.
outdoors?
There's a Top Cat leaderboard for you, Jerry. I got to do some fixing on there, but
Woohoo!
Looks pretty good to me.
Well, I'm gonna have to
Captain Gray?
have a heck of a 2 hours to. So how many fish total is it? You need to try to weigh
2 fish
one?
back.
You're breaking up again.
2 fish bag. No,
There you go.
All right.
this
Yeah,
thing's got.
edge of that time.
Okay, this thing's got a bad spot in that cord. Every time I'm turning, it's cutting
Yep.
out.
That sounds right. David Smith has joined us.
So I just need a hundo.
Don't we
You need
all?
2 of them, actually.
Wouldn't that be something? You know, big fish usually travel in pairs.
Oh yeah, but that wasn't a big fish. That was a fun
Right.
size. So.
But if you get 100, there's usually another big fish with it. They just
Oh,
always,
absolutely. I've had that
if you
happen times.
if you ever see them on sonar, you see a big fish. There'll always be 2 of them. One of them will usually be bigger than the other, but there's always 2.
Now I will say, when I broke my PB back in March, I seen that fish on the graph, and he was solo. He was all by himself in that sky hole.
He done took what he wanted and left, didn't
Yeah.
he? There's Kevin's joined us. Mad Country Fishing.
Some Mad Country Fishing. Saw Miss Chrissy Brown. Hope you and Ernie are doing well.
Ray Smith's been a member for 42 months. Thank you so much, Ray. We appreciate it.
See, David Smith's joined us. Kevin from Palmetto Cats. Hey, buddy.
Kevin says heavy rain coming through central Arkansas. It just went through southwest Missouri.
922 asking if that's from the ARC days, Lyle.
No, not that far.
There's Dave Funk has joined us. Hello, Dave.
To be quite honest, 922, Rick, a friend of mine that operates barges, they don't have the sonar type stuff on the barges like we do in our boats, but they have sounders. And he says they show the big fish. And he says nearly every time you see a big one, there'll be another one real close to it. And he says he watches that. Of course, he's the captain of the boat, so he watches that a lot. And he doesn't fish anymore, but he used to be a hell of a catfisherman.
Danny says, I taught Parker everything he knows about what not to do. Oh, nice, Steve. Hey, go out there. He said his son learned a new word.
Well, this freaking wind is ripping through here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear it.
That's what's pushing that storm to you.
I probably got, my light behind me, I probably got 50 pounds of rock piled up around the base of it. And my tripod here, I've got rocks sitting on the cross members and leaning up against the legs. So, you know.
922, Josh made you ask that. I find that hard.
David Smith says poor Jody won't even watch. Though, Jody had the weather against her.
She gave her all.
And she gave it absolutely everything she had. And we got to talk to Jody. We got to see different techniques. We got to see how she was going about trying to find fish. And Jody went out of her comfort zone for the first half of that anyway, because Jody doesn't like to drag baits, and she was out dragging baits just to cover some water. She was on the backside of a front. It was going to be tough conditions. So Parker's on the leading edge of that front.
Cold front, and it wasn't a good deal.
No. Patrick Gray said, I didn't know Jerry Parker could move so fast. Jerry can move fast.
Yes, he can.
Jerry's about 3/4 mountain goat. So
former track star.
Greg Burgess, Lyle, I have a tornado watch for here in South Louisiana, waiting on the band flash.
Ooh.
Be safe out there.
Yeah,
sir.
Keep an eye on that. We're just a little bit. Let me find it here. We are coming up on 15 minutes in on the thing there. see. Mark says Jerry is a real grinder.
That's true.
I mean, if you want to be halfway successful fishing after these bigger cat, persistence. Just
That's
spend
right.
time in the water, you know.
Yep. Tim Molina has joined us.
Gabby and Allison said Danny and Jerry are both quick little billy goats hopping over the rocks. That ain't no kidding. I've bank fished with Jerry, and you just wonder if you end up wondering if you're going out to fish or if he's taking you somewhere to kill you. So,
well, I will say it was really interesting getting into this spot and all that flash flooding we had. This big rock bluff behind me, it suffered a big mud and rock slide.
oh wow!
And I had rocks I could step for, and I basically had to hold my gear and like kind of almost lay on my back and just slide down the bank. So
That's crazy. Mad Country Fishing says it's raining up here now, Parker, FYI.
yeah, I know it's coming. I got my rain gear right here behind me. I should have bought my little umbrella to cover my phone, which I do have that in the truck if it gets real bad. But the only thing sucks is rain, and the wind, and I don't know how good the umbrella would work, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah, it might destroy one for you.
So
it ain't too far from him.
The way that started off, I thought we'd be catching fish all night.
well, that's the thing about this particular spot I'm at. It never has been a high numbers area. It's not a high numbers area, but it typically has quality. You know,
There you go.
and anybody that's fished with me knows me. I'll be honest, I could care less about numbers. I don't. And don't get me wrong, I'm like any other guy. Sometimes I love just going out and catching fish, and I'll leave a spot if I'm constantly catching fish. Even if I'm constantly catching, I'll pick up and move a lot of times, just trying to get on like at least one good quality fish for the day. You know.
Right, I understand.
I hear that.
What's them lights on the other side of the water there?
That over there is a gas line running across the river.
Okay.
I have fished the Illinois side down there where that gas line crosses, or down near where that gas line crosses.
Well, like I said, the spot I really wanted to go to. The weather would mess with the signal, and plus once it starts raining, oh my gosh, getting out of there would be almost impossible.
Oh yeah.
Or if we wouldn't have had this rain and storm, this weather coming in, I honestly would have launched the boat and would have ran about. You've been there with me, Josh, about 4 miles down the river where that big wing dike got that break.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's where we went during the winter blues.
Well, I've been kind of poking around in that hole. I've got a little more figured out, and those fish, when you catch it right, they're piled up in there, up against the base of the dike, because there's a flat. We were fishing that real deep water there. There's a shallow flat that drops off into another 40 foot of water up against the base of that dike, and that's where the fish are just packed in. So that's where I would have went tonight, but not with the weather coming in. It's entirely too dangerous. That's your 2-3 foot rollers out here in the river.
Yeah, no, you've got some wind coming in tonight. That wouldn't have been. I don't like being on that river at night as it is. I know it don't bother you as much as it probably should, but I don't like being on that river at night, certainly not in big rollers like that. So I think you made the right call.
Yeah, I do too.
Well, this particular stretch is bad anyway. There's been a couple times I've come up here and been down the river and come up there. There'll be like 2, 3. I mean, my whole lower unit would be coming out of the water, you know.
Been there, done that.
Jerry, what you got for bait tonight?
I am running shad. I am running fresh. I had some shad. I throwed that a couple weeks ago, but I made a stop at a hole, and I got some fresh shad. But I have done fresh shad. That's what I've got on now. But so when I rebait, I'll be using the frozen shad. But I Ziploc freezer packed and everything, so it's really in really good shape. So.
Oh, good deal. I didn't know if you'd have some carp out there, or if we're past the point of that working. So.
Well, once the water temperature starts getting into the 50s like this, I kind of steer away from everything except shad is the biggest thing I use once that water temperature starts getting into the 50s.
Creole says big river plus darkness equals nope.
Oh, come on.
I agree. Just too much can go wrong too quickly.
That's true.
You end up in somebody's hoop net or something.
That happened to me last fall. I went through the Kaskaskia and ran across, and I was fishing that series of dikes. You know what I'm talking about, Josh?
Mm-hmm.
I was fishing that series of dikes, and I guess about 1 o'clock in the morning. I thought, well, I'm going to head back to the Kaskaskia, and that's why I put in at. Well, I just left the end of that dike, and I started out there across the main channel. All of a sudden, my boat gave a big old yank, and the motor just killed. I was like, what in the heck? So I hurry up and trim my motor up. Dang freaking gill net was all wrapped up in my prop. So I'm sitting there, hurried up, and got trolling motor off. But thank gosh I wasn't out in the main current yet. I was able to pull myself back in behind that dike. I spent a half hour cutting that mess out of my lower unit.
Oh.
So,
yeah, it'd be rough.
So Jerry, you don't have to give up your actual location, but the spot that you're in tonight, what you got going on in that spot? How's it?
All right.
The structure of it.
What I got going on here is this area is full. It's a big series of rock ledges and valleys out here. And going this way, there's about 36 foot of water that goes this, and about another 70 yards that way, there's a big rock ledge that comes up the water almost probably 6 foot out of the water. So what that's doing, that current is hitting that and causing a big eddy out here. Just a massive eddy. But then off to my left over here, this cuts in way back up against this bank. And there's like 45 foot of water right there. It's a big, deep, quiet hole. And that's actually I've caught some big flatheads out of that hole. But like I said, I've got a big eddy. And then if you go that way, another, 90 yards, it goes up into shallow water like a feeding flat. So, got a lot of stuff going on here.
You've got an eddy, you have current breaks, you have shallow water, deep water, all in one spot. That's
what you're looking for.
That's a bank spot to hang on to for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hey Ryan, how you doing?
Much this time of year, because the daytime bite has definitely picked up dramatically, So. And the one thing, this particular spot, there is a ton of bait that stays in there. A lot of Asian carp, a lot of shad, and moon eye stay in this area. So there's a lot of bait always typically holding in this area.
And Danny's right there. He said, Jerry, don't mess with it. But Danny said Jerry's got his camera on mirror image. Wherever he points, just reverse it. So that's why when you're holding up the scale, the screen is showing up. The numbers are backwards for us. So,
okay. So well,
but it's not we can make it work, and it's not a setting that we want to try to mess with. And
yeah, all right. I'm not exactly the most.
I don't want you jumping out and hooking up or something. So
yeah.
Here's Luke says, "Wow, you look perplexed."
I'm not, Luke. Good to see you in chat, though, buddy.
he shows up whenever Chad isn't here.
Is that on purpose or accidentally?
I don't know. It might be accidentally on purpose.
That could. That could be.
Tell you what, I can't say I don't think I'd be maybe not tying off a rope to my belt and to that log there. That way I don't go sliding off in the river.
How slick is it there on that bank?
A little sketchy, the mud and everything. The big thing is, like, when the river fast as it dropped, that's the bad thing, like in any rock area. When the river's going down, when it's a slow drop.
Oh. Jerry's on the hunt.
He looks like a cat sneaking up on the mouse, don't he?
Mm-hmm. I don't know if you noticed it there, Lyle. Right before then, there was some big waves crashing up right there against where he's fishing too. So.
Yeah, it'd be a rough night in the boat out there, buddy.
Yeah, that wouldn't be fun. Especially all. Oh. Keep an eye on him. The last thing any of us want to see tonight is Jerry going for a swim, because that would not be good.
No.
Catch fish with us as soon as he gets back up here. We'll find that out for him. So. I got me a little scratch pad here that I can write stuff down. Danny Stone, member 34 months.
Thank you so much, Danny.
Say, good luck, Parker, but don't set the bar too high for me.
Both strong players in this field.
Jerry's on his way back. You got one messing with it, buddy?
Yeah, he whacked it a couple times pretty hard, and then had to just kind of let it go. So I'm just gonna let him chill. That's a head piece, so it'll be a little hard for him to get that piece off.
Jerry, Catch Fish with us was asking about your rig. They wanted to know what rig you were using and if it was the same in the eddy and up on the flat, if you were using the same rig everywhere.
Pretty much, especially whenever it's getting this time of year, about the only thing I run is a Carolina rig, and plus there's too much current, right? Like, well, these 4 rods right here, I definitely couldn't use a Carolina rig because it's just too much current. And, a Santee rig. I'm sorry, Santee rig. I can't use a Santee rig if you get that twist. So I almost run exclusively Carolina rig, and that's just about a big majority of my stuff. I follow that KISS rule. Fish for these bigger fish. Keep it simple, stupid.
Yep.
I don't add all the. Don't get me wrong. The rattles and stuff definitely work. Have their time and place, but I don't believe in putting like 50 freaking rattles with all that crap on my rigs. I just keep it simple and let the bait do the job. Now, don't get me wrong. If I'm in a lake situation, absolutely, I will use a Santee rig every time in a lake situation. That's the big thing. Like, well, I showed you over there a Baldwin. That will make or break you right there. A Santee rig will. And it's just, but like I said, typically most current situations, I fish a lot of heavy current. So that's all I throw is a Carolina rig. Or if I'm in a real crazy rocky, snaggy situation, I will run a 3-way rig with a lighter leader attached lead. With Danny, he knows where because that's all he uses, So.
Let's see, Chrissy Brown's been a member 41 months. Thank you, Chrissy.
Thank you so much.
Danny said he agrees. Said he puts the rattles away on the river in the winter. Heath was asking if you have a coffee can full of doctored up chicken livers, Jerry.
That's a big negatory.
Oh, be glad, because Heath transported a big old coffee can of doctored up chicken livers one time. We were bank fishing, and it would gag a maggot off a gut truck. So
I'm going to be honest with you. I cannot remember the last time I have used chicken livers. I honestly couldn't tell you the last time I've used them.
These things were rough. He doctored. I forget what he'd soaked them in borax or something. I don't even remember.
Oh wow! Tom Parker Jr. has joined us.
Hey, buddy.
Good to see you back in here.
Well, the borax would make them would toughen them up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Make it
make
hard
them
to get off
stiffer.
the hook. Oh, I saw that one hit.
They may just be laying everything in his mouth. Hard to say.
It was a long time ago. It was. Danny said, "Is that my cooler? I've been looking everywhere for that." He might have run off with it, Danny.
It's hard to say.
It's getting that time of year supposed to cool off. It's getting that time of year. I need to go catch me some shad. Vacuum seal. I had to repair the vacuum sealer.
Well, I caught a ton of them the other day.
I saw that. That was
They was
those
big
were
ones.
those were nice ones. Those are good freezing shad.
Those shad that I netted was in 6 to 12 inches of water.
Oh wow!
And you watch them, they'd swim around, and then they'd swim back over where I was at. Then they'd go away, then they'd come back. And there was 2 or 3 bunches of them like that.
Lance McCoo guy says Parker's like a mountain goat on them rocks.
A lot of years fishing on these things. A lot of years, you know.
Yeah.
Jerry, Danny wants to know if that's his cooler though. Did you steal Danny's cooler?
No, that is my cooler. Well, okay. Actually, it was my wife's cooler, and my one cooler, the lid is blowing off of it in the back of the boat. Coming home one day, so I confiscated her cooler, and she wasn't the happiest of people with me when I stole her cooler.
Yeah.
So now that's my bait cooler.
Now you can always put bleach in it, wash it out, give it back to
Well,
her.
I went and bought her a brand new cooler next day. So
That's a smart way to do it.
I will say this: they have some stuff, and you can get it at Rural King in a spray bottle in the cooler section. It's called Cooler Defunk,
I've heard of that.
and it works. Because I have had some nasty bait coolers where I forget.
Ooh, me too.
You know, there's some cheap coolers you don't even worry about scrubbing about. You just throw them away. You just throw them away and go on about your business. Expensive coolers, you have to clean them out. So
I put about a cup of bleach in them, fill them up with water, leave them set overnight, pour the bleach out, and hose them out.
Catch Fish with Us says he's far from them rods. He said the long rods are making it look closer than it is.
well, that's one thing I will say like Danny will agree with me on this one too. If you're gonna like do any kind of bank fishing, these longer rods are like massive help. So you really launch them baits out. But on the downside, when you hook a really, really big fish, it's an absolute pain in the rear trying to net them by your special, especially when you get something really, really big, you know.
Mm-hmm. Dave Funk said I'm defunct.
That's a fact.
That is true. Patrick said that looks like a flathead bite you got going on, Jerry.
It is possible in the water temperature. Now, when I remember Sunday, it was 58 degrees last Sunday. So it could, if it's still around the high 50s, it's definitely 100% possible, you know.
Oh, yeah. Mark's talking about coolers. Said spray them down with Clorox cleanup, close the lid overnight, rinse it out in the morning, good as new.
There you go.
Vanilla extract. Mom and Dad told me about vanilla extract one time, and I tried it, and it works pretty good. But then you got to worry about you got to try to get that vanilla smell out because I don't want vanilla shad. So
yeah.
What's the difference between that and strawberry chicken?
Well, I mean, Christina caught those fish that time on the pumpkin spice shad. So I mean, there'd have been a lot of fish in that video had we not had that one set of rods we were using that we didn't care for.
Well, you know, sometimes in that situation, when you have were you guys on the crab or Ren?
We were on Ren that day.
Okay. Ren, I mean, you have just an insane amount of shad. Sometimes just a little different scent can make all the difference in the world because, you know, you got all these shad, just a little bit of different scent, you know, kind of, especially channel cat. I mean,
Oh yeah.
channel cat, they don't. Uh,
Well, you think about it, they'll hang out in the Cormorant Cove too. So I mean,
oh, absolutely, yes.
Jeff Beal said LED lit rod tips would help everybody see better. That ain't wrong there.
How long we been into this, Josh?
We have been
37 minutes.
Yeah, you got 124 left on, or 123.59 left on the timer.
Okay, let me know when it hits like right at about 40 minutes, about 40 minutes, because I'm gonna rebait everything.
Okay. So you about 3 minutes. You'll be 40 minutes in. So.
Okay. Yeah.
Christina said channel cats are basic white girls.
Oh man, that's funny.
Yeah, we had done that when we were putting shad away that year. We were vacuum sealing everything. We did a couple bags with, I think, strawberry Jello or strawberry Kool-Aid in there with the shad, and then she did a couple bags that were pumpkin spice, and we got bit on both of them, but they liked the pumpkin spice better. So
I can't believe anything would eat that.
Me either. I don't care for it. My wife hates it. She does not like pumpkin spice. So.
But she used it for bait.
But yeah, it got rid of it.
See,
I forget why. I don't even know why we had a container of it. But.
Here's the thing: you take say a channel cat in the single digits will eat just about anything. But now, once that fish starts getting in like your double digit range, that's a whole different animal.
Mm-hmm. Not even the same fish.
Yeah, no. Not even the same. They're just pure predator, you know. They hardly even eat like nasty old carrion like a smaller channel cat with. They're only going to eat fresher bait. So.
Danny says pumpkin spice
sucks.
I agree, Dave.
I'm kind of curious when Jerry goes to change baits. I'm kind of curious what that shad head's going to look like on that rod. Or are you going to leave that one out?
Well, I've been kind of debating. I think I'm going to go ahead and pull it in because that's definitely the type of fish we're looking for. You know, just the way he was hitting on it. So we're probably going to go ahead and pull it in. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm actually going to go with her now. I'm going to start cutting some baits. I'll be back just a little bit, guys.
Sound like a plan.
All
right. Let's get that while Jerry's doing that there real quick. We will.
I wondered how long he'd be before he changed.
Pull up the Top Cat leaderboard. Jerry's had one fish right there at the beginning of his time. Adjusted weight on that fish after removing the sling that he weighed in is 20.1 pounds. And that puts Jerry in the driver's seat tonight for overall leader. And, we'll keep an eye on that. Jerry's getting ready to rebait.
Just sports, we're not ripping on the channel cat. We all love them.
Oh, yeah.
We drive all the way to Wisconsin to fish for them every year. So, yeah.
He's.
And Jerry, too. Jerry's been up there.
Oh, yeah.
One of the big trips we ever had up there was Jerry and you and Christina and a whole bunch of us up there.
And then I introduced Danny to Crab Orchard Lake channel cats and how mean and angry they get. So
they are the tough ones. There's Dennis at Northeast Missouri Angler joined us.
He lost his knife. Yeah, he might have. Looks like he's got a heck of a knife in his hands right now, though.
He's whacking away over there.
I'm surprised he didn't bring a variety of bait. It's.
Well,
I mean, if I had to name, I mean, my confidence bait is probably Moon Eye, but my overall confidence bait is Shad. But whoa, I think Jerry's getting ready to get abducted.
ruh-roh.
That might be an alien, a UFO landing over there.
It might be. Hell, if I was that UFO, I'd leave that old man alone.
Yeah,
I would take an ass whipping.
dude, man,
And we're going to get to see it if it happens.
Danny says Crab Orchard Channel, and Danny ain't wrong about this. Crab Orchard Channel cats do an impression of a torpedo, and they'll ram your boat.
Oh wow!
They'll hook up, and then it's game on, and they have learned that they can, if they run at your boat, there's a good chance they're going to get off. But
I love catching channel cats. They are pound for pound, probably the hardest fighting.
oh yeah.
Of the 3 that we fish for.
And I tell you what, you get it once you start getting channels into double digits, they are a totally different fish, and I put them up against.
And again, when they reach the 20-pound range, they change. They really change then. The 20-pound channel cat is a monster all to itself.
This is about the time of year that I think Christina and I went out bank fishing one night around this time last year. We were after flatheads, but couldn't keep the channel cats off the live bluegills, and they were all 18 to 20 pounds. So,
man, it's good.
I said, we're not going to complain about this. I mean, they were in a foot and a half, 2 foot of water, and the fight was on. So
yeah, they're great fish to catch.
Catch fish with us. The channel cat don't stop fighting until they splash you on the release. That is true.
Oh, that's exactly right. And then I think they're still mad, and they're trying to fight you as they go back to where they come from.
I had a Mendota channel cat steal my fish grippers. He wound up. I had the wrist strap on, and he wound them up, and I went to get them undone, and I took it off my wrist because it was about to take my wrist off, and he thrashed again and swam off with a fish grip attached to his mouth. So
I remember you telling that before, though, but I forgot about it.
Oh,
that's hilarious.
There goes the train.
Yeah.
Maybe Jerry get a train. Maybe Jerry get a train bite.
Maybe. That's the light you was being off coming through them trees way before it got here.
Huh? There we go.
Yeah, don't hear him no more.
He's moving on. Danny said, last time I fished with Parker and Dunnigan, I caught a channel. I did catch a channel cat with a head like a basketball. I ain't no kidding. Lyle, we got to get you down to Crab Orchard next year.
Oh, yeah. We'll have to make that happen next year.
Anytime starting about April or mid-late April, depending on how warm it is.
I like to catch channel cat.
Oh, there's that. I think that's the rod that he's been getting smacked on there a little bit. So it still had bait, so.
That's always good.
Yeah. It means he's still, he never got the bait. He never swam off with a full belly, so.
He'll be back. Everybody needs to remember to stay in the show tonight. After we're through with Jerry, we have a great bragging board for tonight. So
yes, we do.
You don't want to miss that.
Christina said she missed the beginning of the show, and after that train, knows exactly where Jerry is now. She has been with me on the Illinois side over there too. Yeah, ugly channel cat. Oh yeah. Heath's talking about the ugly channel cat we caught at Rend, and we were keeping fish that day, and we weren't. We said, "No, we're not keeping this one," and he went back in the lake. I said, "We
Too
ain't,
bad, huh?
I ain't eating him. He's a Franklin County meth cat, I think." So
Wow.
I'm gonna check the radar in Jerry's area real quick,
That's probably a good idea.
just to I can at least give him a heads up. Well, according to this, he should be getting rain right now, but
Ooh.
like it should have already just rained on him, but it doesn't appear to. So
No, it don't look like it's raining there yet.
most of the good thing is most of the heavier stuff is north of him or south of him. So if he does get some rain, he's going to be in just some good old light rain.
Greg Burgess says, Josh, I am back, still taking care of the wife after neck surgery, and today is my 71st birthday.
Happy birthday, Greg.
You betcha.
Hope your wife has a speedy recovery, my friend.
That's right.
Keep taking care of her. Dave Funk, I've caught 60-pound flatheads that went right in the net. I've had 20-pound channels walk me all around the boat. That ain't no kidding.
There you go. That's right.
Christina said he grew up there, dude, before I came in the picture. Yeah. I can't help it. You're from the wrong part of the southern end of the state. It's probably a good thing that she and I met when we did and not when we were younger. We would not have liked each other when we were younger.
I understand.
Yeah, it wouldn't have worked. Two stands? Hey, there's two stands.
Yeah. Look,
Well, you know, Stan.
Glad to see you in here, Stan.
We even got a special appearance by Stan 3 in the bragging board tonight. He was wanting to hold somebody else's fish on Goober Time's boat, so he had to get a picture with the fish too. But that's okay.
Yeah, it is.
Jerry's getting all new baits put out there.
That's a wise thing, I believe.
Danny says if you look closely to your right, you can see where Jerry sunk in the mud on his original approach to that spot. You can. Those giant footsteps in there.
It didn't work out too good.
Oh man, he and I fished that other spot that he was talking about. He and I fished there. It's been a couple of years ago on Thanksgiving, and it never rained hard. It just rained continuously all morning that morning, and that spot was nothing but mud to begin with. The river had just dropped, so it was all that river mud deposited. I think at one point it pulled my boot off of my foot, and I'd like to never made it out of that.
I'll bet.
I thought I was going to, at one point, I thought I was just going to have to walk along the shore until I got down to the boat ramp and just walk up the boat ramp. But
I've been in places like that. It's horrible.
Need me a four-wheeler. Let's see here. Why did it get back? Oh, German hooks. Now you're just showing off.
All right, we're freshened up, ready to go. Let's see what happens.
How'd that one shad head look? Was it crushed?
Wasn't a bite mark on it.
No kidding.
So,
I'm shocked.
well, I will say something about this hole in the wintertime. I do catch a lot of sturgeon out of this little particular area. So, I mean, not saying it was
Well, they're not
sturgeon,
going to leave any bite marks.
Oh,
but they kind of, do that kind of bite there, where they don't really take it. They just kind of, pull around on it.
Jerry's speaking Stan's language now. Jerry, have you felt any raindrops yet? Y'all not hear me again?
What was that?
Oh, I asked if you'd felt any raindrops yet. I looked at the radar while you were rebaiting and it looked like it had passed over you a little bit.
Well, I hope it has, because man, it's gonna be. I don't mind fishing the rain, but it's gonna be a bear getting out of here.
Yeah. Well, the good news is the heavy stuff is north and south of you.
They can sneak up on that rod. You're like a cat.
Crawl on your belly like Danny did. Danny Stone did that once. He crawled all the way up. He low crawled up to that thing and caught that fish.
Well, we were doing live. Oh my gosh, it was not last year. Year before, me, Danny, and all. It was on the river rats, and it was just down the river from here, pouring down rain, just pouring down rain. I have my Gumby suit on. Boy, rod just absolutely gets freaking ripped over. One of my 12-footers. I take off running. I hit the ground. I mean, I literally belly slid and grabbed that rod, and that was like a 50-something pound fish.
Oh, wow. Dave Funk said my birthday's Thursday, but I'm taking early birthday wishes tonight. Well, Dave, happy birthday, my friend.
Dave.
Well, happy birthday. I put a little bit bigger bait on a couple of these rods. So kind of swinging for the fence. So
there you go.
Got the old donkey bait out, huh?
Yeah, I couldn't resist. I was like, man, because I mean it's getting this time of year. It's starting to get into smaller baits, But the way that fish hit it earlier, he hit it pretty aggressively. So, but you know what? I'm gonna go up to a little bigger bait, get a little more scent out there, and let's see if something worthwhile takes it.
Jerry Heath has a comment for you.
What's that?
He said, "You do know it's deer season, right?"
Yeah, buddy. I hunted hard Saturday, Sunday. I passed on 8 different bucks. I passed on 8 different bucks Saturday. Nothing big enough. I mean, I did see one 9-pointer that gave me a little bit of itchy trigger finger, but he was a young deer. And then I hunted Sunday with my daughter, and we had a nice one come in. And she pulled up on him, but she was like, man, I don't know, Dad. I want something bigger. So she let it go. Now, don't get me wrong. It's a really, really nice deer, but just Katie's already killed one absolute giant. So she was hoping to get a bigger one. And so did take a doe. So, but like I said, got a lot of season left yet.
Oh, yeah.
I like the does for eating, Jerry.
Huh?
I like does for eating.
Oh yeah, I always end up killing 4 or 5 every year just for cause we eat a lot of deer meat. Stew meat, stews, burger, jerky, steaks, stir fry, just a lot of different stuff.
Yep.
Man, that sounds good.
It does.
Hey, there's Austin Fishing Fever. Hey, buddy.
Watch this.
Said eating a late dinner.
Watch his latest video where he was sick.
He said he's eating a late dinner and watching on the TV. How's the bite? Austin, he started the show with a 20-pound fish about 2 minutes in, about a minute and a half, 2 minutes in. He hooked up and going. And he's had a couple hits here and there, but I remember that. Danny wants to know about the time that he dared you to climb on a buoy in the river and ride it like a bull.
Yeah.
I think I dropped a super chat to get him to do it.
Yeah, that was I think it was about 20-something degrees that day too when I did that.
Mm-hmm.
At some point, Jerry, you got to realize that you're not a kid anymore.
Oh hell, wow, you're only old as you feel, you know.
My God, I'm real old.
Well, I mean, I will
Well, we
say
knew that.
I've broken so dang many bones and everything over the years. I wake up in the morning. It's hard to get going some mornings, you know.
I understand.
James Dockery Fishing.
Look at the hit on that.
Dockery.
Dockery says, so it seems that Jerry can't hunt worth a lick and only fishes.
I'm just picky, James. I'm just picky, brother. I'm very picky. You know, kind of my thing anymore. I've got a wall full of big deer. I mean, I've got several Pope and Young class deer, a couple booners, and anymore, unless I plan on like mounting it, I won't shoot it far as a buck. Now I'll shoot, unless that being said, it's a really old deer on a downhill slide, then I'll take him. But it's just, I just rather, you know, it's more about the chance. It's like fish with a big cat. It's about the challenge, you know. Kind of like a chess match, you know.
Yep.
Well,
basically something Dockery wouldn't know about. He don't catfish anymore.
Well, Jerry was telling us for the show that he set daylight to dark in the tree stand the other day. So
yeah,
I said I'd have been crippled up by the time that got done. We are coming up on
halfway point.
Well, just about to the halfway point.
Real close.
We go 102.30 left. So Jerry to. Oh yeah, it's probably not a bad idea. She ain't wrong there. May not feel old when you do it, but you'll feel hella old for the next few days after.
Yes, right.
Oh, definitely. You know, so many work projects, you know, I get into and we feel good doing it, but what next day you're like, holy crap, feel you like you got hit by a freaking freight train, you know?
Let's see here. Mad Country Fishing. Parker, we ended up putting 2 40-plus cats, a couple in the 30s, and a couple teeners last week.
Nice.
Ain't nothing wrong
Great
with
day.
that.
Yeah, he was on up in the Missouri. The Missouri's on fire right now.
Oh, man.
I know I got a couple of my other buddies. They went yesterday, and they caught a 60-something and a pair of 50s.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so the Missouri is definitely, it's cranking out some good fish right now. I'll be, especially once winter starts getting more in, I'll definitely be spending time up on the Missouri.
There's Tom from LG Bass. Hello, Tom.
Well, Tom's been doing pretty good off the old dock. He's been getting good.
Yes, he has.
You can see those waves coming in. I got the feeling we ain't done. We're going to see one more of these rods just hit it.
Oh, yeah.
Had a little lightning flash across the sky, way off in the distance.
Wow.
Let's hope it stays there.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear on that 14-foot rod over there be wheeling that thing around like a freaking lightning rod.
I mean, Lyle was there whenever you may not know this, but Lyle handed Ben Franklin the key back in the day.
Oh.
Hell yeah, Ben didn't even know what it was.
Let's see here.
Yeah, the river's falling right now, so it's still kind of iffy. And another
Jerry, we are at the halfway point, just so you know. So.
All right. I just rebaited, got fresh baits on, so we'll see how things go.
Mm-hmm.
And another about 3, like by this weekend, it's going to come up. It's going to come up about 3 to 4 foot.
Oh wow!
Only for a day or so, and then it's going to drop right back off again. So
Shawneetown come up over the weekend. It had jumped from 14 up to 18, and then dumped right back off. So,
well, crazy thing, last weekend we had all that flash flooding. The river came up to 21. Now it's down to 6. So it's been a heck of a drop this past week.
and just for those may have just joined us, Jerry's one fish in tonight, and we just hit the halfway point. Adjusted weight on the fish 20.1 pounds, and looking for fish number 2, but that puts Jerry in the lead, the overall lead for Top Cat. This is our second Top Cat competition.
And the competition is open. You can sign up for the December event by going to Catfish Weekly's
Facebook page
and getting on there. It is taped to the top, so sign up.
Yep. Or you can, I just put it in chat. You can send an email, or you can even fire off a text to register at theweekendangler.com, and that will make sure I have your name, and if you have a YouTube channel that you go by or something that we know you by, put that in there. Just put your info, and we'll get you added that way too. But the Facebook post is the official sign up page. Anything that comes through the email address, I go in and I put your name on the Facebook post. That way we can grab everything. We will be drawing for that one here in a couple weeks.
Yep.
That will be actually 2 weeks from today, December 2nd. We are going to be drawing for December's Top Cat competition. That will be taking place on December 16th from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Central Time. Like I said, we're going to try to keep that on the third Monday of the month. It may not always happen depending on holidays or vacations and stuff, but it seems like the third Monday of the month overwhelmingly is fairly safe. I can't think of a whole lot of holidays around that time. So
No, it's working out pretty good for us.
I got something in my eye.
It's your finger. Take it out.
Boy, that daggone wind is ripping through here.
I'll bet. I'm glad it's not bothering your rods too bad, though. I mean, I see them moving, but
Yeah.
can't be too awful bad.
I tell you what, I don't think I'd have wanted to been trying to keep track of them anchored up in the boat, though.
No.
It's been, yeah.
I think you'd have run too big a risk of missing bites.
Well, that's the thing. These windy days like this, especially getting into like the winter months when the water temperature starts getting in the 40s, you'll miss a lot of fish, because they don't, they bite so light a lot of times. In the windy day, it's really hard to keep track, sometimes when they bite super light like that. Even the really big ones, I've caught a lot of big fish in the winter. I mean, they just barely move the rod yet.
Well, I mean, you and I fished winter blues back in January in the
That's
in
a
the
couple
Arctic.
years ago.
Well, this was just earlier this year. We fished it, or we fished something early this year, because that was where I caught my first fish of 24. Was out there in Jerry's boat, and I brought those ugly stick catfish rods with me. Those little bit lighter action, and it come in handy because I was able to see bites.
Well,
I'd have missed them with my other rods.
I just got sent a while back these nano carbon series rods from Mad Cats.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, these things are night and day. The tip on them things is so freaking sensitive.
Those are the ones you had here at the house that day, right?
Yes.
Yeah, those are some nice rods. What I missed, Lyle?
Danny Stone says the windiest day I ever fished was on a boat with Parker, and he had been eating beans.
Oh wow. Creole said, Danny, that's a whole different type of wind.
Yeah, I think it is.
Here's James from Cool Cats. Hey, buddy.
Howdy, James.
And James is into bragging tonight. I went through and last week we had a ton of entries for the week for the bragging board, and I had missed a week or two. And I've got them added in this week, so we can. Oh, whoa!
Oh, there's a big bite.
Get it!
Big bite.
Holy cow!
That's going to be more than 20 pounds if we make it.
That's a good fish there.
Man, he
about took
that mud, didn't he? I don't even see a footprint.
I literally think Jerry just jumped from where he was sitting and landed at that rod.
Oh man. It looks like a good one. He said
holy cow.
We don't get many bites there, but if he catches fish, they're usually pretty good. So I believe him when he said that.
Hopefully he's in a good spot. I know I don't know exactly where it's at out there, but I know he's got a spot where there's a real sharp drop and they'll hang up on that rock sometime.
Yeah.
But I think he's in a real good spot. We're going to see this.
Net down there?
I
don't see it, but
I think it's right behind him laying on the ground.
Okay, yeah, it may be it.
Between that blue and orange rod, but
yeah.
That was I really think Jerry I think he can fly, and he's just hiding that from us. That's looking like a good fish. Here comes the net.
Well, it's pretty good, or he wouldn't be using the net.
Oh
yeah, that's a good fish.
That's a nice fish. Holy cow!
That's a big fish. Good job, Jerry.
That's a tank, Jerry.
Oh yeah.
Oh Lord.
He's a pretty good horse, and he's struggling a little.
Jerry's strong as an ox.
Yeah, he's a pretty good horse.
When you see him struggle with a fish, you know you got it.
Heck yeah, man.
Man, I'd be nervous. That fish wouldn't be coming out of that net till I was up there 100 yards off the bank, man.
That's right.
Oh Lord, that's a good fish.
That is. That's at least 60, isn't it?
I'm gonna go. No, I don't know, man. He's
pretty good size.
Yeah.
It's at least 60.
Yeah, dude, that's a good fish. Danny's going in at 43. I was going to say 40s, but I really didn't. No, that's bigger than 40.
Yeah, I think it is. Nice fish. Nice fish.
Nice, Jerry.
I get a screenshot of that?
You bet.
There we go. Whoa. Hold on.
That's a great one.
Now,
Danny says he's changing to 60s.
Mark Barner's at 55. 55.
Who said 72 up there? Cool Cats.
How upset would you guys be if I'll get a weight on this thing for you? If I pop out for a second to get in my Mad Cat's competition.
Yeah, that's fine.
No, that's good, buddy.
Let me get a weight on it, y'all.
How much is it you think he weighs, Jerry?
22 pounds.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he weighs 22.
Christina's in at 53. We got 58, 63, 67 and a half for Creole, and we know Creole knows big fish.
Yeah.
So, Cindy's in there at 62, and I know Cindy Stokes knows big fish too.
I think it'll be in the 60s. I don't know how much.
Heath to say it's 6. I said 40s at first, and then he got it up there closer to the screen. Oh, no, that's bigger. I've caught 40s. That ain't no 40.
The closer the camera it got, the bigger it looked.
All right, price is right rules. I'm bidding $1.
To give everybody kind of a reference to me, I'm like 240 pounds. I'm a short little feller, but I'm broad.
Catfish with us says 7733 is your code, Jerry.
All right.
My God.
Hard to hold them like that, ain't it?
All right. I had to still tear it out from the sling.
Holy sh! Is that 71.19?
7116.
Yep, 71.19.
It looked bigger than I thought it was.
Oh. This fish is so stinking thick. It's not even funny.
Damn, Jerry.
And you teared that out, but with the
right.
net, right?
I'll be right back.
Yep, I'll see you in a moment.
Hey, what was that code? What was the code again?
They said Catfish with us is 7733.
7733.
7733.
7733.
Yep.
All right. I'll be right back.
Tell you what, while he's in there, I'll go ahead and bring up the new.
You're breaking up again, Josh.
Oh, hold on. All right, can you hear me now?
Yep, got you now.
Okay, I figured out what it is. It's when I jump over here and mess. I've got another monitor. When I mess on that other monitor, on that Excel sheet, it's messing up my microphone. But while Jerry's jumped out, his two fish bag now is 91.29 pounds. That is with a.
That's pretty tough right there.
That's with a 71.19 pound fish that he just put on the.
And he's still got 45 minutes yet to
And
fish.
he's got 47 minutes and some change left to fish. So I mean that's.
Yeah.
We'll bump over this way. We'll watch for Jerry to come back.
Absolutely. Great fish, man.
I don't know why that's. Definitely
a body to hit for sure.
That is wild. Let's see what the chat's saying. Jerry's a catfish whisperer.
Christina says, Josh, what's up with your audio? It's like your vocals are speeding up on you.
I there may be something to that. I think it's when I'm using that other monitor. Because when I bump back over to this one, it's not. I mean, right now it's sounding all right.
Yeah,
okay.
Great now.
It's when I jump over to that other monitor that it's going crazy. So good to know. We'll watch for Jerry to come back here.
Danny Stone says I can beat that, but I might win the lottery too.
Creole says, awesome fish, especially that it was caught on a live stream. Well done, Jerry.
That's a fact.
That is the truth, man. And that's it. And that goes back to when we first announced Top Cat. And we got a little bit of pushback, not a lot, but we got a little bit about the 2-hour time span. And, we're an hour and 15 in, and he's 91 pounds. If you have a good night, you're going to have a good night. If you're having a rough night, sometimes all the time, I've been out there all the time in the world wouldn't have helped me. But
yep.
Let's see. Creole says he told us in group chat that the bite would be slow, but if something bit, it would be a good one. He knows his stuff. It's good to see Jerry on the bank, and as much as he's become an awesome boat angler. Don't get me wrong, but he is really, really. I mean, he's just attuned to the bank fishing spots.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, he's one of the most consistent bank fishermen that I know. So.
Yeah, I agree. Very, very wholeheartedly. He's very consistent. And he's got good spots, and he knows when to fish each spot. I mean, he just does a hell of a job.
Danny says, "Trust me, he's going to cull that 20-pounder."
I wouldn't doubt that.
I'm with you on that. I think that's going to be.
Wouldn't surprise
me. Heath says, "Tell Danny I'll get it. Jerry's reels. We don't have that to turn out." Oh Lord, that was bad. He saved Jerry's rod, but at the expense of a full spool of line, I think. So.
Yeah, that's okay.
Oh, there's Jerry back.
Boy, my freaking my video freaking deleted out, so I didn't even get the video.
Oh no!
Oh man!
Yeah, I've been having issues. I've been having issues with the phone.
Well, maybe you can cut it out. Can you cut it out of the video when you get home of ours and use that?
I might be able to. I'd have to put the code in and everything, but no, because there's a whole bunch of stuff you got to do with the Mad Cat.
Oh, okay.
So, but it is what it is. So, got a pretty decent fish for you guys. I'm tickled to death about that.
Heck yeah.
I like this video.
Right,
Danny Stone says Josie Wales belongs on the back of a horse and Parker belongs on the bank. You know that Jerry is just that fish right there just put him in a whole lot better mindset for tonight.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Don't get me wrong, a 20-pound fish nice any day of the week, twice on Sunday.
Yeah.
But a 70-pounder during a 2-hour time limit live. That's
pretty outstanding.
That's where he's sitting where you want to sit. And I'm with Danny. It will not surprise me if we see him call that 20-pounder.
Oh, I'd be more surprised if he didn't.
Mm-hmm. So we are at 42 minutes, just about 42 minutes even. 205, so that's a hog. We've all seen you catch him. That's the thing. I don't know how that Mad Cats thing works, so I don't
either.
I don't know what he'd have to do to. I mean, he did say the code because he repeated it back to us. So, but I don't know how that works as far as that thing. So I'm gonna. Looks like the rain is maybe falling.
It sounds like.
It sounds like it is, and I thought I saw some raindrops for a second.
It could be. It's hard to say.
41 minutes and some change. I'm going to look at the radar real quick on. Danny Stone says, that's sad that Parker didn't get that video. I mean, he's never won the Mad Cats Weekly. Oh, wait a minute.
I think he wins it quite a lot.
Let's see here.
It must be raining. The rain suit's going on.
Here comes the Gumby suit.
Man, did you all see that takedown?
Yes, sir.
No, we saw the takedown and we saw you fly all the way over to the thing.
Oh, that was that big old giant shad head.
That's what they like.
So that was one of your big baits.
Yes.
Big bait, big fish. I don't care what anybody says.
Whew.
Creo says, when someone is truly a badass, or when someone is truly a badass, would you honestly expect him to catch a big fish? Jerry is definitely one of those people.
He is. He is. That's very true statement. Very true statement. Gumby.
What was it? Pokey, wasn't that? Wasn't that his horse, Pokey?
Oh man, that's so long ago, Josh.
Yeah.
I can't remember that. You must be older than me.
I just have that knack for useless information.
I don't. I remember the horse. I don't remember.
I think somebody in chat. Somebody in chat's going to remember. It was
it might be.
Gumby's horse. I think it was named Pokey, but
Could be.
Both fish have came off the same rod.
Yeah.
yeah, they have.
Well, that's okay. The next one will come off of it too. We don't care.
Okay, Heath said yes. Heath's confirming it was Pokey. So
Okay.
Well, that joker ripped. Oh my gosh! When I released him, he did a belly roll. He ripped the tail right off my. Yeah.
You don't mind that too bad, do you?
No,
I didn't think so.
there's that UFO back.
Another train coming.
I thought.
That would be a barge coming up.
Oh,
I thought it was a UFO. We thought earlier when that train come, we thought you were getting ready to get abducted by aliens. So.
You know, Josh, that's twice me and you and Lyle have been on live, and I've caught 70+ pound fish.
Mm-hmm.
Are we making
All we needed was Danny in here to say, well, there's Jerry. He'll just run off in a second and come back with a 60-pounder. You know, that's. Yep. Chat's confirming it. Yep. Pokey and Orange Horse. Heath said Pookie, and I think that was Garfield's teddy bear. But
when I first reeled down on that fish, I was like, okay, he's good.
well, I thought you were.
I felt some head shakes, like, okay, this is a good fish.
I thought he was about to take your rod.
I was like, okay. And I kind of started sidestepping away from that one big rock right there. And, yeah. Let's see if we can't do that again. How much time we got, y'all?
We are 38 minutes.
All right.
That's plenty of time.
Let's see. Dog and I, yes, this is Top Cat, the 2-hour competition, and Jerry is putting it to it tonight.
He is.
I'm going to bring the scoreboard back up for a second. Jerry's 2-fish bag right now is 91.29 pounds. We'll have to.
I need at least a 40 where I would feel comfortable.
I understand.
Danny said if the aliens take him, they'll bring him back and never return. No, because, yeah, he'll be. If it wasn't a family, if we were on my channel and it wasn't a family show, I'd have comment for you, Danny, but we'll go be nice. So there'd be an alien walk up right now, and 10-1, Jerry'd hack it up using his bait.
I'm thinking you're right about that.
Hey, I'll try anything for bait once.
He'd be the first person to catch it on an alien.
Yep. That is a fact.
And Jerry, are you going to do another bait change? Do you have a time in mind on that, or?
Let's see. I just put a fresh bait in that one. Let's see. I put that 40 minutes. So how long ago has that been?
You did it at 40 minutes in. So that would have been an hour 20. About 40 minutes ago.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna switch these baits out on these other rods real quick.
I was thinking you might be in that.
Well, it sure don't hurt.
No.
Easy.
And I mean,
man, you pellets slick over.
they have it cut 100%. Oh, yep. Dog and I, it's a 2-fish bag limit. So going after the big guns today. And if y'all don't do it right now, because there ain't no telling that Jerry might come up with a 90-pounder, in the next 5 minutes. But if you weren't here at the beginning of the show tonight, we channeled our inner Top Gun for Top Cat and introed the show with a pretty badass intro video. I'm kind of proud of it because I made it last night. But if you get a chance later on after the show, bump back to the first part of the show and watch that. You might get a kick out of it. So.
You like it. It's fun.
I don't know if it's intro of the year or parody of the year worthy. You all have to decide that. But
I think it is.
I don't know which one you'd pick. Would it be parody or would it be intro of the year?
I'd say intro of the year myself.
Dog, I've been working on a math formula. It has to do with all 3 species of catfish in the state where he's way to multiply points across these words. You're speaking my language there, Curtis. I'm a math nerd anymore. 61 states, it's kind of hard to go up against them. To come up with a math formula per state. Have a multiplier basically. Yeah, Creole just said I like the idea of that. I think that could be done.
Mm-hmm.
I will tell you, do not trust ChatGPT to do math. And I've got screenshots to show you exactly why. It is not good at math. But so he's getting down. He's going to be rebaited about the time he's got the 30-minute mark. So
real close.
Trying to get something copied here.
Got a professional overrun there, looks like.
He's inspecting his line.
Mm-hmm.
Get that closed out, that closed out. There we go. I need me one of those little digital timers, Lyle. I'm using my phone for it, which is fine, but it's just...
Doesn't Google or somebody have one of those on there?
Oh yeah, but I just need a tangible one. I need a cheap kitchen timer or something.
Like the old ones everybody used to have.
But the people with big fish states wouldn't really be a multiplier for them. It would be a minus. It would probably make a bunch of people upset. When Jerry comes back, Lyle, you have got to ask him about this.
Okay.
And it is one heck of a story. So I'll bring that one back up when he gets back up here.
Okay. What are you doing?
There's that barge. Maybe get Jerry to get a barge bite going on.
Well, maybe. How come that barge don't have his light on right now?
Well, that's nothing new for...
I thought they had to run him all the time.
He's got his running lights on.
Yeah, well...
I mean, we could see him. It's better than the night that Heath and I were on the Ohio River and the barge didn't have a stitch of lights on.
Yeah, that'd be bad. That'd be bad.
Yeah, it almost killed us that night. We about got run over.
I bet. Because they don't make the noise they used to make.
No, we just... The only thing that caught our attention was we could see the lights of the Dollar General downstream of us, and the light went out and come back on, and I'm like, what the heck's going on down there? And finally, as it got closer, we heard the noise. We didn't even reel our rods in, man. We didn't have time. We hit the motor and just ran towards the shore.
Yeah, see, that ain't right.
I don't know what was going on that night, but we were lit up like a Roman candle. We had the overhead light on and everything, so there was no missing us. But Jerry's done rebaiting right at the 30-minute mark. So
just about what we figured.
Yeah.
Whoa. Easy, big guy.
Yeah.
Hey, there was
a little rain made things slick.
There's a comment that you should be an expert at picking out birds' nests. Is that true?
Well, I'll be honest. That's one of the old, one of my older reels. It's one of the first big ancient mariners I had, and it's not designed. No reel is not designed to cast a long way, but I fiddle enough the gears stuff. I can launch it a mile, but I'll get a little bit of a bird.
Well, Jerry, that comment come from Heath. So,
oh, Man, I would have killed to be able to get that bird nest. But me and him were fishing out. What was the winter, summer? Goddamn, summer pool party.
It was pool party, very first one.
And I mean, he was just trying to help out. We were spin drifting, and we went over a log. And boy, all the rods started going down there, hung. And it was on one of my big Garcia 7000s. I mean, that rod was doubled over. And he, you know, like I said, he's trying to help it, man. He reached over and hit that free spool. And I mean, boom! Most epic bird nest I've ever seen in my life.
Oh man,
I can imagine.
Jerry,
I
you
don't know how
were.
good footage you got of that takedown, Josh, but that was like takedown of the year
It
quality.
was amazing.
Yeah, that was a freaking.
I honestly I thought you were going to lose your rod, but then you jumped from where you're sitting. You just jumped, and we watched. There are no footprints between where you're sitting and that rod, so we're
No.
convinced that you just flew to the rod. And
Well,
It looked big from the beginning.
I use these takedown rod holders, and I'll be honest, I had the utmost faith in me. If I can get a solid purchase in the ground of the things, I am not I'm not even afraid to walk up to my truck away from these.
oh wow.
Yeah.
And Jerry, just so you know, you are at, I may have told you already, but you are 91.29 pounds with your 2-fish bag right now. So,
Well, I need one. I'd like to round it out to a nice 100, you know?
I don't blame you. I'm not going to lie. I'd like to see it hit about 100.5 just to have another big fish in there. But
That would be something.
Well, like
the only problem is
this is not a number spot. It's not.
Yeah.
But it is a big fish area. I even told a Creole messed with me earlier. Said, "Hey, pressure's on you, big boy." And I told him, "Well," I said, I can't go to the spot I wanted to go to, so I'm going for broke and going for big fish.
You found him.
Yes, you did.
Watching that wind blow those rods around. Every time the rods move, I'd start to jump, and I'm like, I can't help it. I can't run over there to that rod, but I still will look.
I understand.
And Jerry, Lyle and I were talking earlier. I've seen you live from this spot, and have never seen your picture as clear as it is tonight. So,
Well, one thing, I've got my light hooked to an LED battery. As a matter of fact, when I took second in the, I think it was the Whisker Cup, I got a 50 amp hour lithium battery.
okay.
And that's what I'm running my light on. So it's really got the light, full max. So
It's definitely working. So
Yeah. Yeah, you have a great image on there tonight.
barges usually have a blue light on backside of bow of lead barge. Captain pilot can see rod there nav lights going. Huh.
Is the temperature still up a little bit?
So what?
Is your temperature still up a little bit?
Oh yeah. That gets the old adrenaline rolling when you see a takedown like that.
No.
Well, when that rod went down, I knew it had to be a decent fish because that was actually a gizzard shad on there, and I would say, it was probably a bait
A
like
big one.
that. So
There you go.
and that's one thing I'm absolutely convinced of in the winter, in the cooler months. Gizzard shad will outperform threadfin every time.
Oh,
on every
absolutely.
fish.
Absolutely, yeah. And the colder it gets, the more it'll outperform skipjack. Colder it gets.
Lightning alert. Let's see here. I'll just I pulled up the weather over there where Jerry's at. He's got a southeast wind at 18 miles an hour. So
Wow.
that's blowing right up river at that point too. So it's a good thing he wasn't out there on the boat.
Now, I will say, as you were talking about that west wind,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if y'all, I mean, I'm convinced of this too. I've had some of my best big fish days on a west wind on this section of the river. If you go back a couple years ago when I had that video fishing off that wing dock and I caught those 3 big ones,
Oh yeah, yeah.
had a west wind that day.
Danny wanted to know if you were throwing gang signs a moment ago, Jerry.
I gotta go fill my cup up. I'll be right back.
Is it just the one top spot, or will you keep track of the second? Let's see, Curtis. It is. We are going to keep track of everybody, but the winner is going to be the one angler with the largest 2 fish bag over the course of 12 months. So we started this. The first Top Cat competition was in October. Jerry's on the second one here for November, and then we've opened up the signups for December's, which we'll be drawing on December 2nd, and they'll be fishing on December the 16th. And so yeah, it's going to be an overall. We're going to do an overall winner thing. Now we'll have the leaderboard. We'll know where everybody's at, but it's going to be a pretty good prizes for the winner at Top Cat. I know Lyle is going to Lyle's going to build a rod, so that in itself is pretty amazing.
Oh, that's like the ultimate. That's like, yeah, the ultimate prize. To have a rod mount. I've seen like the rod you made, Dockery, that crappie rod was something. I mean, that was just a beautiful piece of work.
Well, when you get a rod built by the man who invented the fishing rod, I mean, that's.
And Journey bragged on that black horse rod as far as bumping. He said it's just a sensitive. I mean, it's like no other. So.
And he's away from the computer now too, so we could just pretty well say whatever we want about him. So. Let's see. Wow, time like once it started ticking, it started ticking fast. You were 22 minutes left.
22 minutes. A lot can happen in 22 minutes.
A lot could happen in 22 minutes. But even I'm thinking we're going to see Jerry cull that 20-pounder. He's not had the little bitty ones pecking at his baits or anything, which is a good sign. Those big ones seem to run those little ones out of there sometimes. So.
Now, I was in my boat last fall, anchored up out here about 70 yards out. I had a fish hooked that came up and it got wrapped. I was by myself, and he got wrapped up my anchor line, and I have no doubt in my mind fish was well in the triple digits.
Oh wow! Yeah. Lyle's back. I'm going to step away for just a moment. I'll be right back.
Absolutely. Is it still raining, Jerry?
It's pissing around on me. It ain't horrible. I mean, the one good thing, I mean, it's warm. I mean, it's insanely warm, you know.
Yeah, it's still 60 degrees here.
Yeah, the first major cold front, like seriously cold front we have come in, it's gonna be some tough fishing for a couple weeks.
Oh, I think you're right about that.
Yeah.
But I hope that's a ways off.
Well, they're saying it's supposed to drop down here like 31, like by the end of the week, like 31 or something like that for lows.
Yeah, we got some lows coming in the end of the week. It's only going to be a couple days. About 3 days, I think. So, yeah, I agree there, Curtis. That Top Cat is a great idea. Josh come up with.
Oh, that's a great idea. Even though, catch them, getting to hang out with you guys for a couple hours is always awesome.
Oh
You
yeah,
know, and that was my idea behind that one. Is the online tournaments are great. We enjoy watching them. We enjoy watching everybody catch fish. But to be able to sit and focus on one angler and see how they're dealing with adversity or anything that runs across what they're doing. When they're out after big cats, we're really able to. I mean, I haven't. We've only had two of them, but I've picked up something from each one of them, and Lyle just kicked himself out. So I don't know what he did. Lyle, you want me to put you back in? Wave at me if you do. Okay.
yeah. I don't know how to do it. I guess
I kind of wondered there for a second.
I done it on purpose, but I didn't know I couldn't get back in.
Well, you can. I mean, you just got to go back over and click that little button
Okay.
that you used to get out. You click the same one to get back
Oh,
in.
okay. Okay. We'll figure it out.
But
This
I
is
kind of
still pretty new.
this is only the second time we've used it for Catfish Weekly, so
Right. And so far, it's working real well.
it is. I like the image quality of it for sure.
The image quality is better than what we had. It sure is.
Anybody got any questions they want to ask or anything? Or
That would be a.
Yeah. Do you always catch big fish, or you just do it when you're on camera?
well, I get lucky once in a while.
I got to tell you, I can't believe that we've known each other all these years and we never fished together.
Well, I grew up next to the Mississippi, and we lived in the middle of nowhere, so it wasn't like I had anything else to do. I was either hunting, fishing, or working on the farm.
Mhm.
And even from when I was a kid, I mean, I was in high school, I was catching big fish back then, and didn't have the best equipment or anything. But it's just something, and I'm not proud of it. When we were younger, we did a lot of substance harvesting. Whenever we caught, you ate.
That's right. I was the same way.
We caught some fish back in the day that we never put a scale on, but I mean, they were absolute monsters. And we flayed them out and we ate them,
Yeah.
But it's been years since I've kept a big, a decent sized cat, But it's just something, I grew up on this river. I mean, it's my happy place,
Yeah.
Right.
I won't fault anybody for feeding their family. I mean, that's.
Oh no.
Oh, there's a. Jerry Randy wants to know what kind of reels you're using.
All right, most of them are the Ancient Mariner albatrosses, except for the one big pin squall. I got a big pin squall, and I have a spinning reel. I'll be honest, I don't even know what kind it is, but everything else is Ancient Mariner albatross 6000s. And of course, all the rods are Mad Cats. So my main line is 40-pound Berkeley Big Game. And my leader line is 80-pound Andy Monster Blue.
Oh wow!
Both are 8/0 and 12/0 River Cat tackle hooks. Running 8 ounces of lead on everything right now. And my swivel is a big heavy duty swivel, also from River Cat's tackle. And the rod holders are takedown rod holders. So.
Well, what you got seems to be working tonight.
It's holding its own tonight for sure. So. Mad Country wants to know when you feel like ripping some lips again, Jerry.
Well, let's see. I'll be deer hunting this coming weekend, and then on the 7th we got another live tournament league fishing tournament. And like I said, I don't know who in the heck had a dragon tournament in December, but
Yes.
So,
Jerry, we got another question for you. supposed to ask you if you feel like a little worm on a big freaking hook.
Why would I feel like that?
I don't know. A Creole said to ask you.
Oh,
He
oh,
said,
I
see if
know.
you remember.
I think he's talking about because being sponsored by different companies, you sometimes have conflict of interest. But every outfit I'm sponsored by, they realize who the other people I'm working for, and they're all awesome about it. And I do have something to say about this. All this freaking ass drama, pardon language, you see on Facebook, everybody bashing each other's rod companies, reels, whatever. Guys, just use whatever you want to use. Enjoy it. Go out and fish. I mean,
Right there.
so many, like me, I love my Mad Cat rods. I love them. And they've been awesome to me. So, Matt and the whole crew. But there are so many made like Ancient Mariner. They're coming out. River Cat Tackle is coming out with some awesome, awesome rods and stuff. But guys, I mean, enough with it. Just enjoy it, support each other, go out and fish, and have a good time.
Jerry, I've been dealing with them China companies longer than any of these ass clowns has been in business. I know them all. There's only 3 companies over that makes them rods. They're all made off the same stuff by the same people. So they can say what they want. If they get too loud and obnoxious, I will put it out there to where they'll all know.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we're all out here for the same. I mean, I would like to thank most of us out here for the enjoyment and love of the game, love of the sport. Don't get me wrong. There's some guys that this is how they make their living.
Yeah.
Like Brian Borch, for example. That man, he's an animal. I mean, he grinds and he deserves everything he gets. And he's out here day after day grinding, And he took the leap of faith, and that's what he does. And you got like Mika Burkhart, same thing.
There's only a handful of them, though, Jerry.
Yeah.
Huh?
There's only a handful of them that make a living at it.
Absolutely right. But those individuals that do, they put the time and the grind and the work. It ain't just like going out once in a while. These guys are out there every freaking day.
That's right.
Trying out their game,
And I'm going to tell you, every day it gets old.
Oh, yeah.
That's the one thing that, like a lot of guys that guide and everything, my hat's off to them because I know you start out with the love of doing it, but sometimes it gets to be like your regular 9-to-5 job. You got the pressure of getting people on fish, and you're dealing with some not so nice people sometimes,
That's right. Exactly.
Because I've done like some guiding for turkey and stuff, and I've dealt with some people that, holy crap. I just wanted to stick your head down the creek and just,
Yep, I understand.
But as I get older, I get more of a kick of getting somebody out on the boat or on the bank and watching them catch their first blue cat or a PB.
Mm-hmm.
I get more jacked about that than, catching the fish I do,
Absolutely. That fighting and feuding and being run around by them companies is getting old. And it's like the politics we just seen. That got old. They got rid of what the old part was, and that's what's going to happen in the catfishing industry if they don't watch it.
Oh yeah, no, there's plenty of room in the industry for all the products that are out there.
Yep.
And fish with what you're confident in. I mean,
absolutely.
I've been using Tanglewood catfish rods for years. They were the old school ones that were on the market, and still are, and they still do good for me. And I like Jerry Klein, so I know if I have an issue, I can send Jerry Klein a message, and he's gonna make it right. But
Jerry Klein and his dad Jerry and his brother Joe are some of the finest people in this industry.
And I mean, just good people, but you're not going to hear me say, "Oh, hey, I don't like a Mad Cats," or "I don't like a Catch a Fever," or anything else. That's not what I'm going to fish with. But you fish with what you like. Fish with what confidence. And I've gone over this. I've beat this like a dead horse. Confidence in your gear will catch you more fish.
Absolutely.
That's exactly right.
I fished FLW series for several years, and that's the big reason I got out of it, because of the freaking drama and stuff, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And just a
There's Dink over Stink catfishing. Howdy, howdy.
howdy, howdy.
We are inside the 10-minute mark for Jerry here. We'll round that out, and we won't. We're not going to cut out from that. So we will. Once we hit the timer, we'll take a look at the. Shortly thereafter, we'll take a look at the bragging board before we close out tonight. But
We have a great dragon board tonight too.
still got 55 people watching this, and Jerry has put some good. Only 2 fish so far tonight, but he has put 2 of the fish that he was looking for. His 2 fish bag is 91.29 pounds, and still plenty of time for one of these rods to go down. And just a reminder, because this is, I mean, there's always a chance it's going to happen. If he is hooked up and actively fighting a fish whenever the time gets called, that fish will count if it is landed. So the only difference is if time's called, you pick up your rods and you happen to find a fish down there on it that was sitting there not moving, it's not going to count. So
I should have drugged the rod and everything up here when I caught that last big fish. I had a 12-aught German alloy river cat tackle, and the thing, it was completely through the roof of the mouth.
Oh wow!
Out the
On
top.
that big fish?
He wasn't going nowhere.
No, that fish was pinned. He wasn't going nowhere.
That was an amazing takedown.
Yeah, I've said that for years and years, fellas. People talk, I want my fish hooked in the corner of the mouth. I do not. I want it through the top of its head or through the bottom, around the bottom jaw. If you
wrap it around,
they ain't going nowhere.
Wrap it around the bone.
That's right. I'll take that any day.
I tell you what, I don't mind them being hooked into whisker. Now, I don't like landing them when they're hooked into whisker.
That scares the hell out of me.
Me too. But they won't fight as hard when you hook them into whisker. Yeah, they don't want to pull on that whisker. They have a ton of nerve endings in that thing.
I did not know that.
This is where they bury a wide gap, thin wire circle hook. It will make or break you.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want a thick, heavy gauge wire because you won't get the penetration, because these are not saltwater fish, you know.
Right.
And that thinner wire, and you want that wide gap. Could you take a big, huge bait, and you got a lot, you got a big catfish, 40, 50 pound fish, especially on the side of the mouth. There's a lot of muscle and tissue right there.
That's right.
To get around.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'd like to see one of them hooks you're using, Jerry.
Let's see here. I can hook you right here now.
Not that I'm looking for hooks.
Yeah, he's got my curiosity piqued on that one too.
No. Quit biting me, you son of a bitch. I know he's playing, but I'm done. John Boys is asking if somebody had a bypass surgery.
That's what I just saw that, and I was trying to figure out who he was asking.
I'm not sure who he's talking about.
Maybe River Rat, but I'm not sure.
These are the 12-aught German alloys.
Those are good looking hooks.
They are. How heavy are they? They're not like the lightweight ones, are they? And do they make them at 8 and 10 size?
But then these are also, now those are the German alloy, and these are the original 12-aughts that are made out of just, before. And let me dig around the bag here and find the 8-aught Crimson, which, once this water temperature gets down into the 50s, that will pretty much what's going to go on all my rods and what's going to stay on my rods pretty much until spring.
Rio said they were ripping up boards and Coke cans with one of those hooks. One last night on Lance's show. Okay.
When did Lance get a show?
Now these are the 8/0 Crimsons right here, but these are also going to be made into German alloy hook, exact same configuration right here.
Nice.
So
watch John demo those hooks. He tears everything up with. I might take a look at that.
Yeah, I like to see it too. I did not know Lance McCook had a show of any kind.
No, I didn't either. I don't know how I didn't hear about that one. But
Nobody ever told me.
I will say, a couple of these rods, I've had the same hook on a couple of these rods for probably going on 2 months now, and numerous fish on them, and you can still do the thumbnail. Ain't no digging in your thumbnail.
Oh wow,
that's pretty good. As long as them red ones ain't the hotchies, because I ain't using none of them.
Well,
they don't hook up worth a damn.
Rio said the River Cats Tackle Pro staff designed those German hooks from scratch. They were proud of them.
Good deal.
They're doing the job. That ain't no kidding.
They did tonight. Sure.
We had a lot of BS session, live BS session, talking, figuring out where everybody input was on the hook, and it's definitely been a game changer because it has that real aggressive tip. I catch a lot of fish that'll just be Mickey Mouse around the bait, will end up actually foul hooking themselves. So.
Well, Lance, nobody ever told me.
Every Sunday at 6 p.m. Central, I'm gonna have to take a look at that, buddy.
Yeah, nobody. I never knew anything about it.
River Rat said I had 2 stints put in my heart, so bug cuts were taking medicine for it right now, getting stronger every day. Good deal, buddy. Jerry, big question, because we're coming up on the 2-minute warning. Is there anything now coming towards the end of your 2 hours that you would have done differently?
No.
I can't. Yeah, I was going to say, if you come up with anything other than no, I was going to tell you to get your head examined.
I told Rio, he messaged me before this, and I told you guys the same thing. I knew I was going to come in here, and I wasn't going to catch numbers. It wasn't about numbers. This particular area is a big fish spot. And I figured, you know what? Because you've got some incredible anglers going to be fishing this thing. I thought, man, if I even got a chance at even placing halfway decent in this thing, I was going to have a decent bag of fish.
You got a decent bag.
You got a good bag of fish.
And you still got some time.
1 minute, 40 seconds.
Come on, rip it down.
Well, we need a big old takedown. I want to see Jerry fly again.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's starting to rain pretty good now. It's flickering greased owl poo out here now.
Ooh.
Well, be very careful.
I'm just dreading the climb out of here.
I bet you are.
That one's going to be rough.
I mean, it's literally
you need a winch and a sled.
You know what? We got a minute or so left. Before we go, I'll grab my flashlight and the phone, and I'll take you guys back to where I got to go up real quick.
Okay. That sounds like a plan. We are at 45 seconds. Danny. Jerry has definitely set the bar for Top Cat tonight. So.
I agree. He has.
It's easily breakable, though.
It can be done.
It can be done. But you put a good show on tonight. So
you sure did. And I do know a guy that's in chat that's just as capable as the next. of doing that.
And
Couple
there
of them.
is time has hit. So let me pull up the final on the board here. Over here. So, Jerry with 2 fish and a total 2 fish bag weight of 91.29 pounds. That's going to make him the overall leader in the Top Cat competition right now.
Congratulations, Danny.
Danny said he's
not Danny, Jerry.
Yeah, you just congratulated Danny.
Yeah, I knew better, but didn't do better.
Now, don't you know what happens? You know, those news places and stuff. They congratulate people or write something, and the people think everything's rigged. So
yeah, they end up calling them CNN.
Good night, Heath. He said he's gonna watch the '86 World Series. Put his son to bed with it. So
that's a pretty good one.
Jerry's gonna take us up and show us
how he's got to get out.
Where he's got to go.
All right. First of all, let's go through the mud. Y'all see that rock wall?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I got to go up.
Oh, shoot.
Wow. How many trips?
It'll be a couple trips, yeah.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
So.
Parker the Catfish Whisperer. That's right.
That's it.
There we go. That's how we wanted to fix that. We'll even throw the Top Cat logo up there for a little while.
Yeah, I like that.
Our Walmart in the last 2 hours, and it had not even drained 1%.
Oh,
wow. That's pretty good.
Stan is absolutely right, guys. If you haven't hit the thumbs up yet tonight, what are you waiting for?
Yeah.
Jerry has put a couple very nice fish on the bank tonight.
He did a bang up job, which we knew he would.
And you know, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna thank every single angler who goes out and fishes Top Cat, because Lyle, you and I are sitting at home in the comforts of our own home.
That's right.
And both of them have gone out in, I mean, you never know what the weather's going to be going out there. Jerry's sitting out there where it could pour down rain on him. They've been out there doing that and put, out there competing, but out there, fighting whatever weather comes their way too. So
that's right. Jody gave it her all, and so did Jerry.
Yeah.
Jerry just had the best night.
Wind.
That wind is picking up something fierce.
Yeah, it's blowing hard. I know the rain's coming because it went through here about 3 hours ago or so.
Well, I'm going to move over. Let's take a look at the bragging board for tonight. And then when we get done with that, we will talk for a minute or two here more with Jerry Parker. And then we're going to be closing out for the evening on the 2-hour live show. Go ahead, Jerry, if you got something.
I'm pretty sure I just seen what was left of Chad's hair go flying by.
Oh, no. Fingers crossed. I love to fish this one. There we go, Stan. So let's take a look at the bragging board, and then we'll be back in just a moment.
Howdy, folks. It's time once again to take a look at the Catfish Weekly bragging board, the weekly video series where we show off the awesome fish caught by you, our viewers. Leading us off this week, we have Carson. Carson took part in the Catfishing for Kids Halloween tournament on the Muskrat Adventures channel and came up with a new personal best blue cat weighing in at 25.08 pounds. Great job, Carson. Congratulations on the new PB. Next up, we have John and Adam, who spent some time on the boat with Captain Dan of Goober Time Guide Service and came up with a new personal best blue cat from the James River, weighing in at 62 pounds. John and Adam were super excited. Stan 3 had to get his hands on the fish as well. Great job. Our good friend James from over at Cool Cats Fishing had a really good night a few weeks ago when, 13 minutes into Jody's Friday Night Live, he hooked and landed this awesome 66-pound blue catfish from the Tennessee River. Great work, James. Jeff Beal came up with a very nice flathead catfish while river fishing in Pennsylvania recently. This fish weighed in at just under 25 pounds and was caught during a Saturday night live stream. Congratulations, Jeff. Thanks for sharing the photo with us, buddy. Freddie from FOA Customs and Gear has been on the hunt recently and came up with this nice-looking South Carolina buck on a recent trip. I am quite certain this deer will go a long way towards filling the freezer over at Freddie's house. Congratulations, buddy. Dan Burer and his family have also had some recent luck while deer hunting. Courtney can be seen here with her healthy 4x5 buck. Dan got himself a nice 4x4. Dan also shared a trail cam photo of some bobcats that have been hanging around his area. Thanks for sharing the photos with us, buddy. Danny Stone spent some time in the woods this weekend and came up with a nice looking buck as well. Here you can see Danny and his new friend just kind of chilling in the woods. Great work, brother. Newcomer to the board, Ethan from Mad Country Fishing recently came up with this 48.8 pound blue catfish while fishing on the Missouri River. Awesome fish, Ethan. Thanks for sharing the photo with us. And closing us out this week is our good friend Randy from over at Team Swain, who sent in these photos of a couple of very nice flathead catfish caught during a recent outing. The 31 pound was caught during the Secret Partner Tournament, and the 20 pound caught about an hour after the tournament ended. Great work, Randy. Don't forget, guys, you too can be featured on the Catfish Weekly Bragging Board. To be eligible, the fish needs to have been caught within the past 14 days, and we accept pictures of any species of fish. To get yourself or a friend on the bragging board, all you need to do is email your fish photo to pics@theweekendangler.com. Send us the information shown on your screen, and we'll get it on the board for you. Thank you all for watching. Have a great week.
Man, there's some outstanding
There were
fish.
some nice fish, some nice deer. Good to see deer on the bragging board too. I mean, we said that last year that if you do go out and get you a deer, then you'll share it with us. Be proud of it. So
That's right. And I do have questions about Danny laying with that buck, but I'll let them slide.
Jerry looks like he's getting wet now.
Yeah, it's flat pouring now.
Yeah, I tell you, hey, you know what? At least it held off till the end of the
So he got his fish caught. Yeah.
So we will.
Jerry, thank you so much for being part of the show tonight. Why don't you go ahead and get your stuff picked up and put up and get out of there before it gets too bad.
I want to say thank you guys for having me. It was a pleasure getting to visit you guys and hang out here. Everybody be safe out here. Catch you guys for a little longer, but it's pouring. It's getting. I'm gonna pack up and get out of here. So
All right, buddy.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
be careful, buddy.
Will do.
And Josh, what a night.
Oh man, you can't beat it. I mean, that's
You can't. I mean, 91 pounds of catfish in 2 hours, 2 fish. It could have just as been able to have been 3 or 4 more, but the weather plays a big role in what we do.
It does, and he's on the leading edge of that. He's on the leading edge of that front that's coming through there, and a lot of the time that will spur a bite, and that happened. We can't even blame that. Jerry consistently catches large fish, so definitely a good night on that one. I will remind folks our next drawing will be on December the 2nd for the December top hat. That's going to be fishing on the 16th? I said it a couple of times. Yep, December 16th Sign-ups are on the official sign-up post on the Catfish Weekly Facebook group, or you can send an email or a text to register at the Weekend Angler. If I can spell it right. Register at the Weekend Angler, that's spelled right.com. I've put it in chat. So either way is fine to get you signed up, and we'll be doing that drawing on the 2nd.
I don't think there's but one signed up so far.
So yeah, I mean it's December, and
It is December. A lot of people are worried about the weather and different things like that.
You've got
But
weather.
It's Father Jerry Parker.
No, it's the weather. It's a week before Christmas. You know, sometimes people are traveling and whatnot, but I would say we'll for sure we'll have at least somebody sign up for the do that one. So
Stan says you all don't have to register. I'm winning that one.
there we go.
Well, Stan, if your name's not on there, do I need to add it? Is the only question I have.
Lyle, what do you and Mark have for Wednesday night?
I don't think we have anything planned yet, but we'll come up with something between now and then.
Well, that sounds like a plan. I would say check out Chad and the boys on Thursday night, but I'm not for sure. Chad is out and about this week, so I don't know if he'll be having a show.
Whether they are or aren't,
but if they are, go in there and check them out. And then Friday night, always go over check out over at Two Stands Fishing, and then Pontoon Jody's channel live. And then the weekend is a crapshoot. You never know who's going to be live, but somebody will be.
Somebody will be. Usually Danny.
Oh, absolutely. And you still have stand day on Sundays. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
I don't know what else.
Appreciate everybody that hung out with us watching tonight. You guys make the stream. I mean, you guys, if you guys weren't in here chatting and asking stuff and commenting, and I'm not creative enough to come up with a bunch of stuff on my own. So, one last thing, and it's a shameless plug. If you jumped in at some point during the broadcast and you didn't get to see the intro, go back after we end the stream. Go back and check out the first couple minutes, and you'll get to see Jerry catch his first fish too. So. Go back, watch the first 3 minutes of the stream tonight, and see how it goes. So
it was a great intro, Josh.
I had fun with that one. It's Top Gun.
That's right.
So, all right, guys, have a great week, everybody.